Well, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, whatever the fuck this is. Welcome to the Rune Chat. I'm Walt. With me, as always, are Thaddeus, Ivan, and Starjello. Boy, oh boy, do we have a great show for you guys. I know you clicked on the title expecting something fantastic, and we are going to deliver. I promise. I promise this isn't a grift.
Yep, real title, definitely not to see if the BitChute algorithm likes that.
Yeah, we're actually we streaming to YouTube, mirroring to BitChute. Wow, this is going to be fan freaking tastic.
I'm setting up a Patreon right now. There's
Oh
going to be
yeah,
a $5 tier,
our Substack is in
$20
the works.
tier. Yeah, getting crypto wallets set up. There'll be links.
And our merch shop.
Merch. Yeah, we're gonna do T-shirts.
Our U2s is in the works. You want to get a bobblehead, little. You want to get an angry Ivan face bobblehead. You're getting it. You want Star Jello on a coffee mug? Oh yeah,
We're going big.
it's all the Jew money. The Jews they're just handing it out.
They've done we've had coffee mugs made for specific groups and occasions in the past. I know Walt had one. I don't remember if you broke it or not.
I broke it, but then I got another one, and then I broke that one too. But it's fine because
I got
still
mine.
I got the pieces. I glued my pieces back together, so it still works.
Why didn't you do that chink thing where they use like gold or whatever to rebuild it because it signifies like I don't know chink stuff.
Oh,
Huh, that sounds pretty cool.
You never seen that before?
Use gold as like the glue to put all the pieces
It
back
is really
in.
nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's about time we had one for Rune Chat though.
agreed.
We just have to have some kind of. We have to have some kind of thing that's possibly going to get us banned from printables or whatever the fuck makes coffee mugs like that.
You know,
like what
with
catchphrase are we going to have?
Oh God, gas the Jews. I don't know.
Yeah, that's subtle. You know, it's kind of right on the line where you don't know if it's
borderline.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you don't want to go too hard. You know,
you can say
you want something subtle that could be interpreted both ways.
I think we should have like a throwback from one of our past casts as a quote. It should be, it should have our logo and then say Rune Chat and then say, look, I'm not talking about mass murder, but can we please talk about eugenics?
Gas the Jews. No, not those Jews. The other ones.
Yeah, those. Wait,
what?
the people who claim to be Jews, the Black Israelites.
No, whoa. We're not talking about black people here. You trying to get us kicked off of YouTube?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to get kicked off of YouTube for talking about election fraud and vax.
Yeah,
they let you talk about that now. Oh, they won't let you talk about actually read quotes and show pictures of that one tranny's manifesto.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
The Tranifesto is taboo.
It's That's an XY tranny, right? Or XX?
XX.
XX?
It's female to male.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy. Because they're calling because it's the female name in all the news.
Yeah, leave it to a woman.
Right. Did she actually kill any kids, or was it just teachers?
I think it was like 8 kids.
Holy shit!
And a teacher. Yeah.
Oh man,
I could be wrong on that number, but I'm pretty sure there were kids killed. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember something about.
There's just too many fire exits.
I remember she was saying something about white people and white privilege. Did she attack men too?
Crackers,
Crackers. Oh,
specifically crackers. Yeah. What
saltine.
did?
Well, and rich kids,
Yeah.
because they're going to parochial school and they're
I thought it went to
overwhelmingly
that
white.
school.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
She was a former student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think arm the teachers. If they had, if there's a small chance that some teacher flies off the handle and shoots a kid, it'll keep all the other kids in line. Win-win.
I think solutions aren't doable, but if there were a solution, it would just be to not have people take drugs that make you shoot other people.
Yeah, like
SSRIs,
encourage
testosterone. In the case of
encourage
this one,
the family unit. Stop trying to destroy the family unit.
Was the Tranifesto shooter also on SSRIs? Do we know that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't doubt it, being a tranny.
They are rather unstable. How long ago was it? I was talking to somebody earlier about this. Like, how long ago was it that deviant sexual behavior was removed from the what is it?
The DSM?
DSM? I know homosexuality used to be considered
probably pretty early on. I don't know. I feel like there's always been a big strain of that in psychology. Deviant sexuality.
I know that they changed it a while back. It was maybe the 60s, maybe earlier. I don't know. You wouldn't think earlier.
I think they're on the DSM-5 now. They revise it every once in a while.
What's the difference?
Oh, I think they add things, they take things out, they change things. It's not manic depressive anymore. It's bipolar disorder. Toxic masculinity is a mental illness now.
Oh.
Probably ADD wasn't a thing in the early DSMs.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of disorders today are just weird people of the past.
Maybe. I think also we're pretty toxified. Like a lot of people are just affected by an increase in environmental toxins.
Listen, that's a completely false statement. Now drink your fluoride.
I saw there was a study a little while ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, that it started making the rounds in the news, but it was showing that autistic children kept BPA in their system for longer. Like it stayed in their bodies for longer before they could filter it out.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. It suggests a link between autism and toxins.
Now, I've heard the link between like aluminum and autism, but I hadn't heard the microplastics or plastic BPA chemicals.
There's lots of different kinds of toxins, right? Yeah, the plastics, the xenoestrogens like BPA. Yeah, you got metals, the stuff they put in vaccines, whatever that is. Maybe the vaccines themselves. Who knows? But everyone gets BPA. Are you on the spectrum? Yeah, probably. Like,
yeah,
I am. It's a spectrum, so that kind of implies everyone's on some part of it, right? But yeah, I mean, everyone's exposed to lots and lots of BPA, so
that would be a fun
cast. On the spectrum.
We should take the autism spectrum test. See where we rank.
Those tests are dumb. Psychological tests in general, like the way they define alcoholism. There's like I think there's like 5 questions or something. If you answer yes to 2 or more of them, you have a disease.
Fair enough.
I could probably
Okay.
age questionnaire.
I found this one.
Have you ever
Please
felt
select
you
your
should cut
gender.
down on your drinking? Ever?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt
I'm-
that? Okay. Have
Yeah.
people annoyed you by criticizing your drinking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever felt bad or guilty about your drinking?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever had a drink first thing in the morning to steady your nerves or get rid of a hangover?
No.
Yeah.
Parentheses, eye opener. Yeah, that's what Bloody Marys are, bud.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt you ought to cut down on your drinking or drug use?
Nope.
Didn't you already ask that one?
Oh,
kinda
these are
covered.
modified questions. Okay. But yeah, those are the 4 questions.
That's it? Just 4?
Yeah, but if you each no answer is 0, each yes is a 1. So yeah, if you answer yes to 2 or more of these questions, you are
But one of the questions was a double, like the
you
same
have an
question
alcohol
twice.
use disorder. What's that?
Well, wasn't one of the questions just the same question twice?
Oh yeah, but that was my fault.
Look, I
only consider the first 4 questions.
I looked up alcoholism on WebMD and it says I have cancer, so I'm not going to trust the internet.
Well,
Okay, so today I learned I'm an alcoholic.
we're all going to have cancer, but you probably also have attention deficit disorder, Walt.
Yeah, I've been diagnosed by that.
You're on the spectrum. You have Asperger's.
I don't have Asperger's, but
you have depression.
Bro, I've seen that ass. You got Asperger's.
I am okay. So
you have,
I did take the autism test, and I am like 1 point below autism. So whatever that is.
Just kick the can, bro.
I'm 1 point below autism. Thank you very much.
So you need to take it again just to see if you're actually just autistic and you had a lucky day one time.
Right, you talked to someone that day, so it kind of diluted the test.
Hey, I'm not autistic. I am alcoholic, apparently.
Well, that's just the thing, though. It's like these. The way they define these illnesses is very broad, to the point that it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, like, okay, I've had someone talk to me. I answered yes to that one. Someone talked to me about my drinking, but I drink like 1 drink a night during the week, and it's after I handle all my business during the day, and I put my daughter to bed, and I have a drink.
Well, and then the second one, have people annoyed you about your drinking? It's like, whose fault is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not doing the annoying.
So why don't they just ask, are you married?
Yeah, that would be the better question.
Now other people in my life
yes.
outside of me can determine whether or not I have a disorder by their actions. Their actions make me have a disorder.
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding.
The whole mindset behind the alcoholism and I'm powerless. It's woe is me. Nobody wants to take responsibility for their actions.
I think it does come from a good place. I mean,
it's a cancer. It's a cancer.
Oh, the doctrine of powerlessness is a cancer?
Yes. That's the cancer, man. Like,
yeah, but to play the devil's advocate, you know, yeah, you do get habits. You get bad habits, and you do, especially with like alcohol and stuff, you do have situations where like one thing leads to another. Like some people feel the pull to have a second drink more than other people. So some people like always get blitzed. There's no like couple drinks, you know? But that's such a leap from alcohol has power over me. I can't do anything. Like, it's just a weird religion. That's what it is, it's a dogma, but I think it does kind of have some.
It doesn't. I am.
It has a
basis
in something that makes sense.
I'm an advocate for people taking fucking responsibility for their own actions. And you know what? If you're doing something too much, whether it's drinking or whether it's
just take a step back for a little
or,
while.
You need to look at yourself and look at whatever you're doing and just.
But don't go to.
It's a lack of willpower. It's a skill issue. Get good, scrub.
Yeah. But you're only going to be as good as you are.
Exactly. And if you're not that good, then
well, then you might as well acknowledge it, right? If you're not good at discipline, you might be able to recognize that at some point. Say, well, I'm not very good at discipline, so I need to, accord myself that. According to that, I need to make adjustments to account for my lack of discipline.
Yeah.
But
speaking of,
don't go to rehab.
Go ahead. Yeah, no. I mean, some people need to dry out, and if you need to dry out for a little bit, do it.
But think of your friends, though.
Your life. Yeah.
Don't be so self-centered. That's gonna affect them.
Yeah.
How does it hurt
the environment?
Because they're being a bummer.
The economy.
Think about your lack of drinking affecting the people around you.
If everyone quit, things would slow down. It'd be a disaster.
What if they quit being idiots?
The society would grind to a halt. That's what I'm saying. That is essential.
So no idiot rehab either?
No. The whole economy runs on it. We could not get rid of that.
It's our gross domestic export.
Yeah, think of the GDP before you try to better yourself.
You're right. I wasn't thinking.
How are we going to build the roads when that tax revenue goes?
How are we going to fund the Jews killing fucking bombing hospitals?
Who's going to make the bombs for the hospitals? How are we going to pay for that if you're not buying liquor?
Those hospitals aren't going to bomb themselves.
Oh,
you're right. All those sin taxes, that's good money right there.
Yeah. If we didn't have those, I mean,
really,
would our grandparents? Would we be able to pay their Social Security? You're bringing my grandparent into this, then you're
killing grandma.
Your relationship with drugs and alcohol.
You're killing grandma.
It's kind of selfish. It's kind of selfish when you think of it all.
Very selfish.
All those potholes that could be filled if you could just light one up.
Oh man, good times.
I think the real solution is to expose your children to addiction at a young age, not with drugs or alcohol, but so. For example, I was a nerd when I was young. Fucking newsflash. Newsflash. But I played Diablo 2 for like a year, and I was absolutely like I would forsake dinner and school and sometimes sleep just to play that game, and I'd play it all day. And
You
then when
might laugh like that's not an addiction, but that is a real addiction. I had it bad too when I was a teenager.
yeah,
Like
and I
yeah,
quit.
I would rather play games than like eat or sleep. Do essential things.
Yeah, and then I quit,
Which
and
I'm
I
still kind of like
realized
that.
like, wow, that was a huge waste of my time. I got nothing out of it, and I think it's really noticing when you're starting to fall into a an addiction, right? If you have an addictive personality, you have to kind of catch yourself before it happens, which is pretty hard. Not to say that I'm better than anybody else, but because I've had some trials in my past, but that's kind of how I've been taking. Like I only recently started drinking alcohol, and that's kind of how I've taken it. I mean, I used to drink in my early 20s, but not like every day or just a drink before, you know, house is quiet, I take a drink, like whatever.
Yeah.
If it
But you
gets
were a
if it
beer drinker. You cracked open an IPA or
That's where I
something
started
like that.
recently, only because um only because I hadn't moved to liquor yet, which liquor's better. I don't know if that's controversial here.
No,
Star
liquor
Jello has
is
some
better.
controversial opinions on this. I know from other shows. He says some people really are addicts. Well, Star Jello, you go ahead and explain your thing. I don't want to say it for you.
It would have been better if you had, but I think that advice it's good for a certain kind of people, but this can't possibly work for sub 100 IQ people, otherwise known as half the population, who are much more likely to have addictions in the first place. It's good. Just have willpower. Just think about your life. That's cool. But there are people who just don't have a lot of willpower and who do not think about their lives, who just don't have much of a capacity to do that at all.
You saying
So,
maybe the
what are we to do
12-step
with
program
them?
works better for them? Or maybe it works for them and they don't have the other option of
I
thinking
don't
about
know
your
much about the
life
12
and
step program. I can't name any of the steps, so I have no idea if that works for them at all.
the first step is acknowledge you're powerless.
Well, that
Maybe it
right
does work
there is
for them. I don't know. What I
Or
would
maybe
rather
it's
do
admit
is
you have a
just like
problem. I
have
don't
them
remember.
forced to go to rehab, kind of like a jail light kind of thing.
I don't
Pretty
know.
sure that's what rehab is.
The whole 12-step thing is just it's irritating to me because you're removing that responsibility of for your own actions. You're basically becoming a woman. You are a tranny. You are becoming a tranny.
Well, I
If
mean,
you were a
all the
man in the
BPA
12-step
out
program, you're
here, you
becoming
know, eating a
you're
credit
you're
card worth of
cutting your
plastic
dick
every
off.
week, aren't we all trannies?
No, but I agree with what Stargell is saying. I mean, when you're sub 100 IQ, you can't, you just don't have the time in the day to think about the
No, they
future,
have
right?
time. They just can't
No, no, no,
use it.
no. They're too busy thinking about ceiling birds.
All right. Here are the 12 steps. 1, admit you're powerless over alcohol. 2, believe in a greater power. 3, make a decision to let the greater power help you. 4, make a searching and fearless moral inventory. 5, admit to God and another human being the exact nature of our wrongs, so confession. 6, be ready to have God remove the defects of your character. 7, ask him. 8, make a list of everyone you've harmed and do My Name is Earl.
What?
9, did you see that show, Starjello? My
I
Name is
think I might
Earl.
have seen it a few times, but
Oh,
is
It's
such
that
a great
in the
designed
show.
thing?
It's Scientologist guy.
Is he a Scientologist? I forget his
He
name.
is
He's got like the
such a
mustache and
hardcore
mutton
Scientologist.
chops.
He's a skateboard guy.
I
They
can't
like
remember his name for the life of me. Jason?
Scientologists like skateboarding.
Jason Lee.
Yeah, Jason Lee.
Yes.
That was such a
He was
great show,
he's a
though.
professional skateboarder from like the late 80s and 90s. Professional skateboarder.
And he got into
he
acting.
got famous being friends with Kevin Smith and being in a bunch of his movies. And then he got that My Name is Earl show. But he's a hardcore fucking Scientologist.
Interesting. All right.
The younger
But anyway,
generation
step
will-
8, you have to do the My Name is Earl thing. Step 9, you have to make amends. So that's continuation of the My Name is Earl thing. 10, continue to take personal inventory. Oh, and admit it when you keep fucking up. 11, prayer, meditation, improve contact with God. And 12, have a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps. That's the 12-step program.
I
Now
can
that
kind
you
of
said
get
it all,
the
that actually sounds pretty good, actually.
yeah,
I don't know about the
point of
My
some
Name
of
is
it.
Earl part.
It's about building personal relationships again. I think that's what that part is about. Like, you have to say, if you've wronged people, you got to say sorry to them before they're gonna like want
That's
to have
true.
a relationship with you again.
It's like they take responsibility from you at the beginning and then give it back to you in the middle.
Or
And
maybe,
then mix in Xenu.
yeah, that's
I think
true.
I think
Maybe,
the powerlessness is more like just recognizing you're a sinner and you're broken and you're weak.
yeah,
would
and
say
it's
that
also kind of like, I'm not gonna try to manage this. I'm just gonna stop doing it entirely. Like, I can't keep telling myself, oh, I can kind of, still function while doing this. So they just want you to totally break from alcohol.
Yeah, some
or
people
drugs.
just tell themselves, "Oh, I can manage," when they really cannot. It's for
Yeah.
those people.
Huh. I guess that makes more sense. I still don't like the first part of it.
Yeah, the
Maybe.
My Name is Earl part is pretty cool. I guess even
That's a all-time anime flips.
I said that was a part I didn't like, but the more I think about it, yeah, that part's cool. Even if you're not gonna, repair the friendship or whatever, you just get it off your chest. You try to you do your best to make amends for it. And then you go, well, I guess I can cross this one off my list and go on to the next one.
Yeah, maybe some people see it like that. I mean, that's obviously not how it's intended. Have you ever taken like training or anything for work? Like any like video training where you gotta like do shit on a computer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's so fucking stupid.
They're bad. Very bad training programs.
And I never listen to what they say, and I just use like a little bit of brain power whenever it comes to the questions. You're like, all right, no, become Hitler is not the answer. Cross that one off. Murdered a whole family of 4. Nope, that's not it. Like, oh, all right. When I count my drawer, I need to notate it on line B. Right, that's what the answer was.
But then there's the other option that's like, oh, no, you need to notate it on line B and make a photocopy of the file and turn it into accounting.
Yeah, fuck accounting, dude.
So you got it wrong.
That's fine.
Even though you didn't murder a family of 4 or become Hitler, you still were wrong.
Yeah, they always get you like that.
Yeah.
But my point is like I think some people use those steps in a manner that is just like actually just checking boxes at the end of the test. Right? They don't actually, the intention is to kind of rebuild, like I said, personal relationships. It's to be
Well, you're gonna
taking.
have like a sponsor, and someone's gonna be like walking you through it. You can't just
But
tick the boxes because they're gonna call you on it. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you're just ticking boxes, man. I had to take a deep personal inventory and acknowledge all my faults."
My point is back to what Starjello said about the sub 100 IQ people. It's it's the equivalent, like, okay, you've got a sponsor, right? You got a sponsor, they're telling you, hey, you're fucking up. But we all know the story of, the whole breakfast question.
What?
Which one is it? What
How do you
have you had
feel
for?
if you hadn't eaten breakfast this morning, or?
But I
something
did
like
eat
that?
I
breakfast.
did.
Exactly. That's
But
my
what
point.
if you hadn't?
Why would I not eat breakfast? I like breakfast.
I had an apple for breakfast.
Just because
Oh,
I
I can
think
picture that in my
I
head.
can't picture it. So.
I don't really like apples unless they're Fuji.
I like the Honeycrisp.
We've had this conversation.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
Granny Smith apples.
We really should
Granny
nail
Smith.
that down and put it on a website
Psychopath.
somewhere.
Yeah.
What
Granny
is the
Smith. What?
the checklist? The top 10 apples that Rune Chat likes.
Well, I mean, number
People
one
want to know.
is. Speaking of things you could go out and buy.
Drugs?
Well, I was going to say a fun ad that we might have procured.
Oh, not yet.
No.
Yeah, let's talk for another 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
You can buy cigarettes.
The thing. Wait, let me read the title of it so you can find it in the.
Yeah.
And
Did
it's
it
in
get
the
uploaded?
Discord, and I uploaded it. Some
The
low
thing
effort,
that
low cal
nobody's
shit
gonna care
probably no
about.
one cares about.
Ah, yes, the
It's 2
customer
minutes.
just handed us their ad. I've uploaded it to the server.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah. They paid a lot for this one. This is
We don't have to pretend.
been a long time coming. For our longtime listeners, you'll really enjoy this one. For everyone else,
I'm waiting.
it's a bit mid. Anyway, whoosh.
It's the holiday season again. Hey, how about you head on down to Melvin's for Black Friday? At Melvin's, next year's Black Friday starts an entire year early. On Black Friday of this year, we've pulled out all the stops for you. Slip-resistant floors, mobility scooters. We've even got EMTs on standby. And do we have deals the whole family will love? You betcha. For your curious son or favorite nephew, check out a year's subscription to Hood Books, only $14.88. And we'll even throw in a copy of Plebster's Thesaurus free with your purchase. We carry all the top kids' toys, like Mike Tyson's Soccer Boppers and Don't Tase Me Bro Elmo. And don't even think about getting Dad another tie this Christmas. Check out with a variety pack of Wow That's Hair or a bottle of Oil of Soge, only $69. Nice. And our lovely ladies, we didn't forget about you. Top shelf personal care products like Aunt Sally's Clam Cleaner and After Shower Chowder Powder and Pantene Virtue V Shampoo are marked up 60%. For Grandma and Pops, treat them to a War of the Month Club membership. They'll love it. And the best part is, it's already 100% paid for. On the house. And when you're ready for a snack after all that shopping, we've got all your favorite treats, like Gif Peanut Butter and Sir Reginald's Spotted Dick in a Can. Even healthy and environmentally friendly foods, too, like Blue Apron Insects, Olga's Old Country Cricket Cake, and the Impossible Booger. And for Pete's sake, don't forget the organic goy milk, only 99 cents a gallon here at Melvin's. We're so darn excited to see ya. We're entering the first 100 customers into a drawing for a lightly used Toyota Hilux, compliments of Phil Holler Auto. Wow! Phil says hi to his friend Harry Tangle and sends his love to his wife. What a wholesome guy. So, what are you waiting for? Come on down to Melvin's Black Friday Bonanza for holiday magic you won't want to miss. From our little team at Melvin's to you, Merry Christmas.
Whoosh. Fantastic. Black
It
Friday
was an
stuff.
amazing ad.
Black Friday stuff starting earlier and earlier. They're starting next year's this year. Wow.
Yeah, full year ahead of Black Friday. On Black Friday of the previous year.
And they've already got February. Now they get the whole year.
I actually,
The whole year.
I just discovered this year that ever since COVID, they do Black Friday just in November.
It's all
I didn't
in
know this.
November.
You
They
can go
still
to
do
stores
the
now.
Crazy deals.
Yeah, they
So-
got crazy deals right now. If you
No,
go,
no, I mean they have like crazy deals on actual Black Friday in the store still, but
Yeah,
it's like
but they start lowering the prices before that.
it's because they were never high to begin with. Use camel, please, everybody.
Camel,
What-
camel,
what?
camel.
Yeah, it's camel.com, and it's basically a website that you can take, like, if you're on Amazon and you see a thing and it's like, oh my God, that's 25% off. Don't trust it. Take the link, go to camel, paste that link in there, and it will tell you the price history of.
I always wonder why candy is marked down right before Halloween and Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? It's like, oh, candy's all 30% off.
So this camel. I'm assuming that they support Hamas, right? So I'll definitely be using them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming because there's 3 camels,
Yeah, obviously
they
they're
fuck them.
supporting.
One's for riding, one's for farming, one's for fucking.
Right. Anybody supporting Hamas is okay in my book.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm just saying it saved my ass a bunch of times. Because you'll see something that's been marked up like 80% and then discounted 30%. And it looks like a good deal, but it's really not.
Up 80, down 30. You're getting a big old greasy dick in your ass. All right, that was unnecessarily descriptive.
Yeah. Very graphic.
But that's why people come to us.
Giggity.
However, what else was there for this week? I know we have something.
I'm not excited about anything. There's a
mean,
war in Israel and Vishnu.
Ukraine's winding down.
Yeah, Ukraine's winding down, and Mike Johnson, and blah, blah, blah. The Tranifesto, blah, 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 blah. Mexico aliens, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the Mexico alien thing is so stupid. They already brought it up once.
Yeah.
Everybody looked at it, saw that it was a fake paper mache alien, and then they're coming back with it again.
Right.
I sympathize with
Texas
Mexico.
chemical plant explodes. The boomer in Panama. Blah 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 blah. They're renaming the birds. Blah blah blah.
Did you know there's no birds in China?
That's because their government doesn't spy on their people.
Apparently, they say it's because
They're not-
all the Chinese people ate them all, and that's why there's no
they
birds
say
there.
that. Yeah, the government.
But-
Yeah, the government would say that.
Yeah, exactly. Why are there no birds in China? What's the real reason?
Probably the names objectified women. the names of the birds, and they probably made indigenous peoples uncomfortable because Europeans and men were naming the birds.
Yeah.
So they just ate them because they didn't like the names.
Or they're robots.
How do they get Peking duck?
Yeah, or duck sauce.
They get it.
They have to import all the duck sauce. That's got to be expensive.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I just saw this the other day. I was looking at birds for some reason. I like birds.
What I was going to say earlier is I sympathize with Mexico. As someone who often brings up the same story to the same group of people more than once. Maybe they just want to be noticed.
What did we ignore? You can just say it.
Mexico's like, we want to get in good with the U.S., but we don't want to do like all of their crazy things. Let's just choose like a small one, maybe like something the Pentagon's saying, and we'll run with that. Aliens. We'll do the alien program, and then that'll raise their profile.
I wonder how long until that guy with crazy hair goes down there. And what's aliens in Spanish?
Elamios.
Elamio. Elamaos.
So they're just laughing at us? Is that what's going on here?
Apparently.
I don't know. I think not an expert on Mexicans, but I think a lot of them believe in that stuff.
Apparently you're an expert on Chinese people.
Of course.
Well, he's part Chinese.
Why would you why would you call that into question?
I don't know. I was laying it out for our new viewers. Trying to give some context on who you are.
Yeah. So I'm a Chinese affairs expert.
Oh lordy!
Psychology of Chinese people.
Right? Why do they jump out of the buildings so much?
Like buildings.
But wouldn't they jump into buildings if they liked them?
Well, you're not gonna get a good view from inside.
That's true. Maybe they like the buildings around the building that they're currently in, so they jump out. And then the nets give them a nice soft fall, and they can look at all the other buildings from outside.
It's like a carnival ride.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Fair
Note
enough.
that one down, listeners. Chinese people love buildings. Okay.
They jump out of them to be closer to their foundations. So
yeah.
good.
I can't think of a thing happening in the world that I care about right now.
Well, speaking of things that are non-existent, what about robots? And specifically robot children.
What?
Robot children.
Give an example.
Mithrigan.
Oh, the movie review. I walked right into that segue. Okay. Yeah, it is time for movie review, I believe. What did we watch, Walt? What did you call that?
Mithrigan. We watched
recently.
We watched Mithrigan. This is a horrible movie about a robot and a woman about a bunch of terrible people. There's not a likable character in this movie, but basically a horrible woman who refuses to take responsibility for her actions.
What kind of movie would you say? Sci-fi, horror, comedy?
Yeah, horror, sci-fi, comedy.
I think
movie.
they were going for sci-fi horror.
Yeah, but it ended up as comedy. Essentially, my take on this movie is woman creates robot and gives it to untested robot, gives it to her recently inherited niece because the parents are dead. And then, of course, comedy ensues. And by comedy, I mean murdering of several people.
Well, I think Starjello has said that this is intentionally comedic. I think that's right. But
Though
just
they're
to
not going to
back...
they're not going to put a 4 in the sequel, and I hate that. It's right there.
I know. MEG4N.
Yes, it's right
Me
there.
Forgan.
The sequel where the girl has to go to Jacksonville, Florida, and then the exact same thing happens again. Darn it. Just to
Meg
back
Foran.
up, so the plot loosely is it's an AI doll, and it just goes bad in all the predictable ways you would expect. But it's like an AI horror movie and doll. There's some doll themes.
What I didn't like about it was that every single character in this movie was just a horrible person. The inventor was a horrible person. The child was a horrible person. All the people surrounding the inventor chick were horrible people. The boss was a horrible Asian man. The creepy guy who was stealing secrets was a horrible creeper.
I feel like you give like the child, you get a break because her parents died and she's just a kid, you know. But
yeah,
but
her
you
parents
bring up a
probably
good
died on
problem with this
purpose.
movie is there are no likable characters. Even the protagonist is like an unlikable
Terrible.
protagonist on purpose.
There are zero likable people in it, and I mean the plot is whatever. It's you got to suspend disbelief, and which I'm fine with doing. But when I can't root for anyone in the entire movie, it just pisses me off. It's like I want all of these people to die, and then they don't even pay it off by killing anybody important.
Oh, spoiler alert! Man, Walt.
Yeah, I'm
Are
sorry.
you gonna watch this movie? Actually, you shouldn't watch this movie.
Don't watch the movie. Anybody else got any hot takes?
I'll just say I was gonna say this is like a long episode of Black Mirror, but actually those shows are pretty long. So it was like an episode of Black Mirror. One maybe on the better side of one of those, but still yeah, like less than 2.5, maybe like a 2 or a 2.25.
I got a hot take for Walt. It was a mediocre horror movie, but it was better than Freaked.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, it was definitely worse than Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It wasn't a 4 out of 5.
If you have a famous action movie actor who's burnt alive in a car in your movie, it's an automatic 3 or 3.5.
You think you'd give that a 3?
I'm just saying okay, I'd give it a 3.5.
What? Freaked?
No. I was talking about Tammy and the T-Rex.
Tammy.
Paul
Okay.
Walker. Portia Carrera. Are we not on the same page here?
I don't know. I don't really remember it.
Paul Walker was a pedophile.
Was he?
Yeah.
Damn. Who in Hollywood isn't? Besides maybe Keanu Reeves or something.
Yeah, I think he's the only one. 10 years ago, I would have said Tom Hanks, but then all that shit came to light.
Oh my God. Even my parents were like, I was talking about some movie that Tom Hanks did recently. It was some World War II movie, and it was actually a good movie. but it had Tom Hanks in it. I was talking to my parents about it, and my dad's like, "Yeah, we don't watch Tom Hanks anymore. You heard about Epstein Island, right?" And I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Well, what
just
else
goes
would
to
you do
show.
that with that information? You know, can you really just shrug your shoulders and be like, "Oh well, that's Hollywood. Let's watch what's the one where he's on an island? Castaway. Wait, let's watch Joe versus the volcano.
Forrest Gump, man.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
I fucking
So many
love that
good
movie.
movies. Are you really going to hold it against him that he's a satanic pedophile?
Probably, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's so depressing. There's nothing good to watch, especially not Mithrigan.
Yeah.
So, should we go to scoring the movie?
Oh.
Because my score for this movie is a 1.
All right.
I liked the robot.
I'll give it
I
2.25.
I think that's the likable character in the movie is the robot.
Yeah, you are kind of rooting for the robot to just kill everyone, but it doesn't kill the annoying woman.
Or the child.
That was the
And
biggest.
And the woman gets away with it.
There's like a rule of horror movies, or there's a convention in horror movies where they tend to show immoral behavior on the people who are about to experience the horror. That's like how it opens. They show through the setup, they show how the main characters are acting immorally, and then they punish it with the horror. So you are expecting when you watch this movie that this protagonist woman, it's going to come down hard on her because she's doing so many things wrong. And then she's like, she gets out of it scot-free, and she's going to be in the
She
sequel.
gets out of it scot-free. I mean,
What
her
consequences did
own
she face? It's like a
her
woman's
own
dream.
poor mothering skills created the threat in the first place. Megan outright tells her that she felt that Gemma was her own mother and then just abandoned her. And that's why she was evil, because she had no framework for the information that she had. She just had all this information instantly, but no real way to process it.
Well, I think the silver lining
done like a Frankenstein thing, like the monster comes after its creator. I never wanted to be made.
To the movie is that at least the child didn't end up in Jacksonville.
That's true. So
that
my
was
analysis.
That was a funny part. There's a lot of explication, but one of the funny parts of that was the reason that this single career woman had to take the adopted child was like, well, I can't send her to Jacksonville, Florida. That would be, way worse. Go ahead, Thaddeus.
So my analysis is, or what I took from this movie was kind of conflicting, right? One, there were no competent men in this movie. Look at all the men in the movie; they were all retarded.
What
Even
about
the
the
CEO
Asian guy?
He failed upward.
Yeah.
There's no one that retarded that becomes a CEO.
He was definitely retarded.
But here's the conflicting part, and I've got one more after this. Here's the conflicting part. It displays the incompetency of women, right? She created this robot. It was her fault. If she had just listened to her boss, none of this would have happened. And they probably would have sold $1 million or $100 million worth of toys. But no, she don't listen to the Asian guy. But at the same time, the other conflicting part that reconflicts on that last confliction, right, is what Ivan said. There were no consequences. She just gets away scot-free. Like, oh, they had the...
He was so bad at keeping a secret, too. It was like Archer, where he goes around telling everyone that he's a spy.
Yeah, she's got this super secret toy. She's supposed to be keeping
don't
under
tell
wraps.
anybody.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. You can't let this get out. But what does she do? She sends it to day camp with the kid.
Well, there's so many times where it's like, I thought you're supposed to keep this a secret, and she's just not good at that. But
They tried to
She's
have
like,
this whole.
oh,
You go ahead.
she was like, oh yeah, I've got this cutting edge robot that nobody's ever supposed to see. Let's let it chill out at the kids' day camp.
Well, she didn't want to bring it, which is why she told the lady, "Hey, I'm not even
yeah, the
supposed to
toy
have
kind of
this, but it's
strong armed
here."
her. Yeah,
Right, the
Like-
neighbors are seeing it. The cops.
No photography, please.
There's this subplot of the corporate espionage where the guy is like downloading specs and stuff on the computer.
Yeah, what
And
happened with
may-
that guy? I don't remember.
He died.
he was just doing it for a lark.
Well, what I'm assuming is that they're going to use that for the plot of the second movie, which somebody else is going to get it and create another robot,
A good one.
or maybe they're going to
Organ.
maybe the AI system, because they do, spoiler alert, show that it made its way into the Alexa. So
Yeah, it's all this.
It
That's the
makes
other
its
thing
way-
I don't like about it. It's all this boomer AI fear.
yeah, so
Like,
basically
it's gonna be Skynet.
I'm going to call the
Fuck,
plot
stop.
right now
Fuck.
of the second movie, Meg Forgan.
She moves to Jacksonville, and the same thing happens again. Darn it! Oh, why would you?
She moves to
create-
Jacksonville. The corporate espionage guy sent off an email with the specs. They create another robot, and the Alexa robot girl downloads into the new robot, goes and hunts down this girl and fucking tries to kill her again.
I hope we're not gonna watch that anyway.
Oh, we're definitely gonna watch it.
No.
Yeah. We really need
watched
to
the
get
absent.
also we need to get Suplex back to watch that other girl
Becky?
power movie that Becky
The real
1
Becky,
instead
that's-
of Becky 2.
Did we even find it though?
Oh, I can download it for sure.
So you found it, the one he was talking about.
Well, he specifically said the one that I downloaded. But
No, remember he disagreed? He said he was talking about a different Becky movie.
yeah, I don't remember. I'm not into girl power and that kind of shit.
Well, we'll
Well, you
have to
should be.
ask Suplex.
Girls run the world.
Baby, come back.
Oh lordy. Well, I think move to final thoughts.
Oh wait, I didn't give my score.
Oh yeah, what's your score?
2.5.
Fair enough. Star.
It.
I think I'll give it the same.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
2.5.
2.5 is it wasn't so bad that I would discourage people from watching it, but it wasn't good enough to not watch drunk.
Fair enough. I'll up
Yeah.
my score to 1.5 just for fun.
I'll do 2.25.
Well, fair enough. Final thoughts. My final thought. Fuck
oh.
you.
You gotta
Okay,
call on
um,
people.
Yeah, calling people.
All
Left
right,
to
my
right?
final
You going
thought.
left to right? Oh.
My final thought is fuck you. Thaddeus.
Also, fuck you.
Star.
I'm actually really glad about early Christmas stuff.
All right. I like Christmas.
Meeting star. Meeting star right now.
All right, and my final thoughts are we mentioned it briefly, but a bunch of bird names are going to be renamed to remove the human monikers, because many birds are named for the people who cataloged them first, and then also racially offensive bird names and bird names that objectify women. So I just wanted to say goodbye to the great tits. And
Aww.
yeah, so
What-
long, woodpecker.
What about
Goodbye,
the nigger bird?
I'm
No, you
sure
said
that one's gone too, unless it's
woodpeckers
incepted
have
to
to be
remove it. I
safe.
don't know. You know, have to kind of
Woodpeckers
feed
are
the room.
safe. You said ones that are about women. Oh,
Oh
wait a
yeah,
minute.
yeah. So woodpecker, I don't know. It seems like it might be
Well, it actually
a
does
bit
relate to some
intimidating.
women. So.
But I just want to say goodbye to the boobies and the bush tits and the woodcocks. And that's all I got. And hello to the red-breasted George Floyd that I'm sure he's-
My new favorite bird.
yeah, I love that one.
Seal and birds. Can't forget those.
Oh yeah, and the sailing birds.
Okay, that's all.
Well, Ivan, close us up.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, we're here every Friday, 11 Eastern, 10 Central. And join us on the Discord in between, and we do movie night every Saturday now. And we're on Twitter, we're on Poll, smash the like button. Watch
Subscribe
us
and
on
comment.
YouTube for our replays, and catch us wherever you get your podcasts. We're updating that now. And hit the notification bell. And have a good night. Whoosh.
Currently whooshing.